In this video, let's understand the creation and management of file systems using mkfs utilities in Linux. We will see what file systems are, how to create them, and how to manage them efficiently. A file system is a method for organizing and storing files on a storage device. It controls how data is stored and retrieved. Different types of file systems exist to meet various needs. Examples are extension 4, mkfs, and Btrfs. A file system must be created before mounting and using a partition. The creation of a file system is done using the mkfs, make file system utilities. Let's explore some popular file system types in Linux. Extension 4 is the default file system for many Linux distributions. XFS is known for high performance and scalability, especially for large files. Btrfs is a modern file system with advanced features such as snapshots and RAID. F2FS is optimized for flash storage devices like solid-state drives. Additionally, NTFS and FAT32 are used for compatibility with Windows systems. Some key features to consider when choosing a file system are the maximum file size support, the maximum volume size, journaling capabilities, performance characteristics, compatibility with other operating systems, support for special features like compression and snapshots, and finally recovery options. Here is the workflow for creating a file system in Linux. First, identify the partition using lsblk or fdisk, L to locate the target partition. Second, choose the file system based on your requirements. Third, run the appropriate mkfs command with the necessary options. Fourth, mount the file system and verify that it is working correctly. Remember, creating a file system will erase all data on the target partition. Therefore, it is always recommended to back up important data before proceeding with mkfs commands. Let's see some basic mkfs commands. To create an extension 4 file system on /dev/sdb1, you can use the command sudo mkfs.ext4/dev/sdb1. You can also add a label and other options like this: sudo mkfs.ext4l data_drive m1/dev/sdb1. Here, the L option sets the volume label, and the M option sets the reserved blocks percentage. To create an XFS file system, use the command sudo mkfs.xfs/dev/sdc1. To add a label, use the command sudo mkfs.xfs/l media_drive/dev/sdc1. Here are some common options used with mkfs commands. L label sets a volume label. M value sets the reserved blocks percentage for extension 4. B size specifies the block size in bytes. J adds a journal for extension 3 and extension 4. T specifies the file system type with mkfs. V provides verbose output. C checks for bad blocks. You can use the generic mkfs command with the T option to specify the file system type, but using the specific commands such as mkfs.ext4 or mkfs, XFS is more common and provides direct access to file system-specific options. Let's see how to create Btrfs and F2FS file systems. To create a basic Btrfs file system, use the command sudo mkfs.btrfs/dev/sd1. To create one with a label, use the command sudo mkfs.btrfs/backup/dev/sd1. Btrfs includes built-in RAID functionality, snapshots and subvolumes, compression and checksums, and online defragmentation. To create an F2FS file system, use the command sudo mkfs.f2fs/dev/sd1. To create one with a label, use the command sudo mkfs.f2fsl/ssd_drive/dev/sd1. F2FS is optimized for flash storage such as solid-state drives and USB drives, and reduces write amplification, has improved garbage collection and better performance on flash media. Let's see how to verify the file system creation. To check the file system type, use the command sudo boolkit/dev/sdb1. To view file system details, use the command sudo tune2fs l/dev/sdb1. For XFS file systems, use the command sudo xfs_info/dev/sdc1. Here's how to mount the file system. First, create a mount point using the command sudo mkfs/mnt/data. Then, mount the file system using the command sudo mount/dev/sdb1/mnt/data. To mount permanently, follow these steps. First, get the universally unique identifier UUID of the file system using the command sudo boolkit. Second, edit the /etc/stab file using a text editor like nano with the command sudo nano/etc/stab. Third, add an entry like this: UUID equals your UUID/mnt/data extension 4 defaults 02. Fourth, test the configuration by running the command sudo mount. Always verify that the file system was created correctly before storing important data. Use the appropriate tools for each file system type to check its integrity. Here are some best practices. Always back up important data before creating a new file system. Choose the right file system for your specific use case. For solid-state drives, consider using F2FS or Extension 4 with trim support. For large storage arrays, XFS or Btrfs may be more appropriate. Set appropriate labels for easier identification. Document your file system layout and configuration. Here are some troubleshooting tips. If mkfs fails, check if the partition is mounted or in use with LSOF. For device or resource-busy errors, unmount the partition first with the mount. Verify the partition exists with disk L before creating a file system. If the mount fails, check the file system with the appropriate tool such as fsckx4 or xfs_repair. For permission issues, ensure you're using sudo with mkfs commands. In summary, file systems organize and store data on storage devices. Linux supports multiple file system types, each with unique features. The mkfs utilities create these file systems on partitions before they can be mounted and used. As next steps, learn about advanced file system management, including resizing, tuning performance parameters, implementing RAID configurations, and exploring snapshot capabilities in modern file systems like Btrfs and ZFS. Remember that creating a file system erases all data on the partition. Always back up important data, choose the appropriate file system type for your needs, and verify the file system was created correctly before storing data. You can refer to these additional resources: man pages for mkfs, mkfs.ext4, mkfs.xfs, and mkfs.btrfs. Also refer to file system wikis for Extension 4, XFS, and Btrfs project documentation and Linux documentation available at kernel.org/doc/html/latest/file systems. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.